Hello everyone. I am Krystal the Mystic, and we are back with our 10-minute message series. And we are going to see what you need to know or need to hear. Because today I have heard the phrase "you are lucky" like 3 different times. And like it stood out to me. Like it was someone who was walking by, I overheard their conversation because my window was open. And then 2 different times on two different times when I was watching TV on 2 different shows. So if you've also been hearing that or been seeing signs that you're about to be very lucky, let's find out what that's about. I'm asking to connect to my guides, angels, ancestors, archangels, any other higher divine beings, gods, goddesses, and deities, to please use me as a channel and messenger for any divine guidance or wisdom that my collective needs to hear through me. Please allow me to speak clearly, hear clearly, feel clearly, and know clearly any divine guidance or wisdom they need at this moment in time. Thank you, Spirit. So 111, as I look up, and then as I was trying to pick up, like as I was taking my hand off the deck, because sometimes I rest my hand on the deck that I'm using, or like a stone that's around, I pick up the Queen of Wands. So I'm keeping that. There's definitely something about like your magnetism right now. And then we have strength here. I feel like you've overcome a lot, and I think that might be why you are vibrating at such a high frequency right now. Other people probably see that. You probably are getting like looks out in public just because like your energy is so potent. You are lucky. What is that message about, Spirit? What are we supposed to know? 4 of Swords and the Star. So Spirit doesn't want you to rush this. And that might be a habit of yours. It's like you hear a really positive message and then you're like expectantly waiting. And that's not always how it works. You know, this might just be a reassurance message or confirmation that like what you're doing is bringing you that, I don't know, strike of luck, I want to say. That's like how Spirit is, I guess, wording it in my mind. And I think that's because you're healing from maybe a place that did rush you. Maybe you rushed yourself. Maybe you put expectations on things in the past, and that's why you might have not felt as lucky or as successful or as happy with what you're doing because you had certain expectations attached, and you might have learned to let that go through this process. And that might be why you are feeling more lucky. You are feeling more grateful. And that might be because you've been through a lot of hard stuff. It's not like other people can, I don't think other people could have been through your journey and handled it the way that you have. You know, so you've given yourself that credit, and now you might have made your circumstances look a lot different than when they once were. And even if you're still working on that, that's still an amazing feat nonetheless. Let me just pause and say that there. You are lucky, and you are about to get lucky. Let's see what else. Judgment. Yes. Because your actions, like actions speak louder than words. And your actions have been proving that what you are intending, like your intentions, you're seeing those through. And that might have taken you some time. It might have taken you time to reflect and then time to act or react. Maybe, and maybe it's a combination of both. But there are good things to come because of the good that you've done. And if you feel like you haven't been rewarded that yet, that will be happening soon. Your judgment call is on its way because good karma still comes to good people. And even if you have been in a cycle of seeing, experiencing, and processing things only in negative ways, then that might be something that you've also been releasing too. Maybe you're starting to see that even when bad things happen to you, it still kind of sets you up for good things, even if it's not what you initially expected or intended for. The Magician. I love the strength of the Magician card. There's a lot of, there's 4 major arcana in a 6-card spread already. So it definitely seems like this is an acknowledgement of the phases you've been through, as well as the power that you've gained and grown through all of that. The healing you've done. Because now you have more resources. Now you have more knowledge. You have even potentially mastered something that helped you get here or will help you get further. And you have closed out cycles. Like, you might be fearful that you will end up getting yourself back into a cycle that you don't want yourself to be in, but you've closed those chapters. You've learned. And just because we have days where we revert back to old behaviors or um, or habits, that doesn't mean that you're not still growing and that you haven't learned. It just means that sometimes a certain sense of norm feels normal. It doesn't mean that it is not something that you've acknowledged or you aren't healing still. So when you have those days where you trip up a little bit, don't be so hard on yourself. Life is not a linear journey. It feels like that through the perspective that we live in, but it's not. There's ebbs and flows, there's ups and downs, and you can't force yourself to be in a certain little box because of the way you once were. You are lucky. Let's talk about this lucky. What's happened? Oh, I think part of this 9 of Cups, uh, I think part of this luck that you're going to be feeling is just feeling more satisfied with your circumstances, with your life, with your choices. Because there might have been a time where you had to make choices out of fear and out of survival, and that didn't feel good, but you had to do it that way. And now things are different. You get to choose. You get to really look at things and see, like, is this authentic for me? Is this right for me? And you get to feel happy with how things look, how things are, and how things feel. So this luck also might be just a sense of feeling. Yeah, because you have big dreams and desires and goals for yourself. And I don't think that is going to be, I don't want to, you're not going to be let down. Even if it is a little different than what you anticipated, you're not going to be let down. And that might be the thing that you need to hear, because you might have a wound around disappointment. And you might worry, or that might be something that blocks you, is because maybe sometimes you'll feel like once you get it, are you going to actually want it? Is it going to be what you hoped it would be? And Spirit is saying this is going to be all that and better. And you have to trust that that can happen for you, that will happen for you, and that you can make it happen, that you won't push it away when it comes. And that you do have people around you who love you, who support you, who are good friends and care for you deeply. And they're also going to be big parts of that. Maybe having this close-knit circle is what makes you also feel lucky in this moment. You have people who understand you, you have people who consider you, and you have people who deep down want the best for you. And that might but not have been something you've always had. You might have been hurt by a lot of people in the past. And that might be something that you fear, is to let people in a way where you need help, but you don't ask for it. Three of Wands. Your plans are going to take you somewhere. You are lucky, and your plans are going to make you get to that place. Does that make sense how I'm saying that? I feel like you're understanding what I'm saying, but I feel like it doesn't, the words don't sound right coming out of my mouth. And maybe that's because you haven't clearly defined it. Maybe you haven't clearly defined what your plan is, where you're going, what you're doing, and that might be also part of the things that are blocking you right now. Because you might be a lot luckier in these moments than you think, and you're hesitating because you need time, you need preparation, and you don't necessarily need to prepare, you know. You just need a plan of action. You just need to know what you want. The the universe can't bring you something if you don't know what you want. Wow. I cut the deck just to get one last message, the sun. And remember to keep doing things out of joy, because that's what is going to align you. That's what's keeping you in this energy of magnetism, is that you are doing the things that make you happy. You're doing the things that light you up. And that is what will bring opportunity for you. And that is what will make you feel lucky, even if you aren't just feeling lucky and grateful in just your everyday life right now. Because I'm kind of getting that as both messages. So take that as it resonates for you. And thank you as always for being here. I hope this message resonated for you, and like this video. If it did, comment down below if anything was specifically for you. I always love hearing. And I will see you guys tomorrow. Have a wonderful day and a wonderful week. Bye.